This is how you play the E major scale and arpeggio, 2 octaves, hands together. First, let's review what you should know before attempting this. You should be able to play hands separately for 2 octaves with the metronome. I'm going to set my metronome to 100. Let's start with left hand. 1 te, 2 te, 3 te, go te. Now let's go to right hand. 1 te, 2 te, 3 te, go te. If you're able to do that, you're ready to put it hands together. Go ahead and place both hands, starting on the E major scale, an octave apart from one another. We're going to discover where the fingers play at the same time. It happens twice in the scale. We start on E, and then as we go up to G sharp, notice that we're on fingers 3 in both hands. Now at this point, right hand crosses, so play the next 2 notes, and then left hand crosses with 3, onto C sharp, and we also have 3s on C sharp together. And then the scale would proceed on, and we'd end up on 3s on G sharp again, and 3s on C sharp again. Of course, that's only if you're crossing over in each hand the way that you're supposed to be using the correct fingers. So let's practice getting to those notes that share the same fingers. Remember, it's 3s on G sharp, and then cross under in the right hand, 3s on C sharp, and then crossing under after this next note in the right hand, 3s on G sharp, 3s on C sharp. Let's go back to the beginning and let's play sprints to G sharp and C sharp. What that'll look like is this. As you're waiting, you prepare your next cross. Now when we get up to the top, we're just going to turn right back around. And then as we hold that sprint, we're going to prepare the next cross. And then we can't really prepare the next cross, so we're going to think in our head about it. Left hand's going to cross under 4, right hand's going to have to cross over with 4. Now that we've kind of done that on our own, let's do it together. We're going to hold each sprint for 4. We're going to get to each sprint as quick as we can. So that might be, for some people, and for others it might be a little bit more intentional. So go your speed to that sprint, but we're going to hold the sprint for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, sprint to G sharp. 2, prepare your cross, sprint to C sharp. 2, prepare your crosses to G sharp. 3, 4, now to C sharp. Now we turn right back around once we get up to the top, back to C sharp. Kind of sounds pretty. And sprint to G sharp. Think ahead about your crosses to C sharp. And then to G sharp. And then this finishes out the scale. Alright. Now we're going to go and we're going to say the note names of those sprints as we get to them. So we're going to do the same sprints again, but this time we're focusing on getting to saying G sharp, C sharp, and so on. 1, 2, 3, say the sprints. G sharp, think ahead, C sharp, and remember the goal is 3s on these sprints. G sharp, C sharp, and remember at the top we just turn right back around. C sharp, prepare your crosses. G sharp, think ahead about where you're going to have to cross in each hand. C sharp, G sharp. Alright, now I'm going to turn my metronome to 60. And we're just going to play 1 octave at quarter notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3s on G sharp, 3s on C sharp, and hold. 3s on C sharp, 3s on G sharp, and now let's do it double time to see how exam ready we are. Even if you make a little mistake, just keep going. 1, tay, 2, tay, 3, tay, go, tay. 3s on G sharp, 3s on C sharp, 3s on C sharp, 3s on G sharp, and on C sharp, 3s on G sharp. Let's get a little creative with this. Let's do some jazz rhythms. Some long, short, long, short, long, short swung eighths. A 1, a 2, a 3, a go. 1, a 2, a 3, a 4. 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 Playing it in different rhythms kind of puts a little bit more interest in it. Alright, now we're going to go to the E major arpeggio hands together. Just like the scale, you should be able to play it 2 octaves hands separately with the metronome at double time. I'm going to set my metronome to 100. And remember, the secret to speed with your arpeggios is getting that sweep of the arm, keeping the larger body part in front of the notes, so the fingers, all they have to do is tap. Let's start with left hand on the arpeggio. 1 tay, 2 tay, 3 tay, 1, 2, 3. Move that arm. Hold. Move it down. Now the right hand. At this speed, you don't really have time to control every note. That's why we have to focus on moving our arm. A 1 tay, 2 tay, 3 tay, 1, 2, 3. Alright, so if you can do that, you're ready to put it hands together. Let's start both hands on E and play it. And then using the fingers that you're supposed to in each hand, go to G sharp and play it. Notice they're almost the same, except it's 3 in left, 2 in right. And then those switch when we go to B. Now it's 2 in left and 3 in right, so it's 2s and 3s on G sharp B. Now look what happens on E. Both hands are using 1. Now remember, 2s and 3s on G sharp B. And then up at the top. Okay, so as we play through that arpeggio, it's 2s and 3s on G sharp B, 1s together on the tonic in the middle. let's go to doing sprints to that E. So we're going to hold that E. This time we're going to hold it for 3 counts. And again, that sprint for some may look like this. And for some it might look like this. So just go where you are with it. Okay, sprinting to the E in the middle where both thumbs play. 1, 2, 3, and sprint. Hold, think through your 2s and 3s, and then finish it out. Let's do those sprints again, but this time let's say E when we get to that E in the middle, because that's kind of our landmark, because that's when both thumbs are doing the same thing. 1, 2, 3, E, E. Gotta say it aggressively. Alright, we're going to put this to the metronome now. And just like before, we're just going to do 1 octave at quarter notes first. I'm setting my metronome to 60. 1, 2, 3. And then 1s on E's. Even though we don't need to cross, we're doing it for the practice and to prepare us to do 2 octaves. Alright, now let's go double time to see how exam ready we are with it for the 2 octaves. 1 tay, 2 tay, 3 tay, sweep those arms. E in the middle on 1s, 2s and 3s on your G sharp B's. Here's the 1. Alright, and let's get a little creative with that one too. So last time we did swung rhythms going long, short, long, short, long, short, long. This time we're going to start on the short note. Short, long, short, long, short, long, short. Short, long, short, long, short, long, short. Actually, I guess we can just come right back down. Short, long, short, long, short, long, short, long, short, long, short, long, short. Yeah, that makes more sense. Let's do that instead. No stopping at the top. Oh, 1. Yeah, hold on. Short, long, 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 short. It's good to do that reverse swung rhythm because that's not as intuitive. It's good practice.